Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Menken back here with Splash Sports. Today is July 20th, 2024. A little recap on yesterday's performance. We ended up sweeping the day, going 2-0. Our third game got rained out, the Atlanta Braves and the St. Louis Cardinals, but we still hit the sweep, 2-0. Leave those money bags in the comments. We are going to pick up right where we left off and continue to have winning days on this show. Remember, on this show, all we care about is the first 6 outs of the ball game. Plain and simple. A NRFI means no runs first inning, while a YRFI means yes runs first inning. But before I get into those plays, be sure to smash that like button for me and subscribe to my YouTube channel and toggle on that notification button. That way, every time I drop another video, you guys will be notified. All right, let's continue staying hot here on the weekend for Saturday's games. We got game number 1, starting off with the Milwaukee Brewers and the Minnesota Twins here. For the Milwaukee Brewers, they got Freddie Peralta on the mound. He's 6-5 here with 103 innings pitched, an ERA just over 4 at a 4.11 with 130 strikeouts. He's averaging a strikeout here per inning in 47 earned runs for Freddie Peralta. He'll be matched up here in Minnesota versus Pablo Lopez. You got two aces going up against each other here. Lopez is 8-7 this season with 104 innings of work. Does have a higher end of an ERA, just over a 5 at a 5.11, 121 strikeouts. He too is averaging a strikeout here per inning in 59 earned runs. This is the first game back for each respective teams here since the All-Star break. Freddie Peralta in his last outing before the All-Star break lost against the Nationals, going 5 innings of work, 10 hits, and 4 earned runs. I'm expecting Freddie Peralta to have a bounce back start here, especially losing that game right before the All-Star break, and you know he wants to finish strong this season. And then while Lopez came off no decision there against the White Sox. Didn't pick up a win or a loss in his last outing before the All-Star game there. Went 5 innings of work, 4 hits, and 2 earned runs there. Like I said, I just know both of these starters want to start off the second half of their season on a sharp note. That is why they both will fill up the strike zone here. That's why in game number 1 between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Minnesota Twins, we are smacking the NRFI. No runs first inning. Throw into our second game between the Detroit Tigers and the Toronto Blue Jays here. For the Detroit Tigers, they got Reese Olson on the mound. He's 4-8 on the season, 101 innings pitched. He does have an ERA sitting at a 3.30 with 92 strikeouts, just under a strikeout here per inning and 37 earned runs for Olson on the season. He'll be matched up in Toronto versus Kikuchi, who is 4-8. 106 innings of work, does have an ERA sitting at a 4.42, 117 strikeouts. He is averaging a strikeout here per inning and 52 earned runs. Kikuchi has not picked up a win since June 11th here against the Brewers. His last outing was against the Diamondbacks, only going 4.2 innings of work, 6 hits, and 7 earned runs. He should have got pulled in the last game, but they tried to have him go 5 innings for that complete game and hopefully get the win. But that absolutely bit him in the ass there for the Toronto Blue Jays. They ended up losing that game to the Arizona Diamondbacks there. Kikuchi definitely wants to have a bounce back game, and like I said, hasn't won since June 11th there. And Reese picked up a win against the Guardians in his last performance before the All-Star break, going 6 innings of work, 6 hits, and 3 earned runs. In yesterday's game, you saw it was scoreless through 3. I'm expecting somewhat of the same thing to happen here today, as Kikuchi wants to have a bounce-back game from those Arizona Diamondbacks before the All-Star break. And Reese Olson, he has been picking up and going deeper into games, not allowing a lot of runs to be scored, especially early on in the game. That's why in game number 2 between the Detroit Tigers and the Toronto Blue Jays, we are also smacking the NRFI. No runs first inning. Throw into our third and final game between the Houston Astros and the Seattle Mariners here. For the Houston Astros, they got Valdez on the mound. He's 8-5 with 98 innings of work. Does have an ERA sitting at a 3.66 here with 82 strikeouts and 40 earned runs on the season for Valdez. He'll be matched up here in Seattle versus Jorge Kirby, who is 7-7 on the season, 117 innings of work, does have an ERA sitting at a 3.29 here, 116 strikeouts, just under a strikeout here per inning, and 43 earned runs for Kirby. Kirby lost his last outing against Los Angeles Angels before the All-Star break, going 6 innings of work, 3 hits, and 1 earned run. That one earned run still got Kirby the loss. Clearly, offensively, the Seattle Mariners team has been lacking in producing runs, and that has been their whole concern all season long. Can they flip the switch on in this second half and start producing runs for this pitching staff, who is phenomenal for the Seattle Mariners? Their offense has been the question all year, and it's leading up to this game as well. Well, Valdez picked up a win against the Marlins in his last outing, 7 innings of work, 6 hits and 1 earned run. He got the win, Valdez, that is. Just the question for the Seattle Mariners, is this offense ready to produce runs here for their pitching staff? That's the big question mark. I don't think it's going to be against Valdez here today. That's why in game number 3 between the Houston Astros and the Seattle Mariners, we are also smacking the NRFI. No runs, first inning. Let's take a recap of the games I've selected for you today. Game number 1 between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Minnesota Twins. We're hitting the NRFI. No runs, first inning. Game number 2 between the Detroit Tigers and the Toronto Blue Jays. We are also smacking the NRFI. And in game number 3 between the Houston Astros and the Seattle Mariners, we are smacking the NRFI. No runs, first inning. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Nick Menken with Splash Sports. If you have not done so, smack that like button for me. It helps me out a ton, and it costs you guys none. And make sure to go follow me over on X at Nick Menken for every single one of my plays. Let's get another sweep and continue having winning days on this show. Best of luck and best bets.